This is a great little, almost not basic coffee pot. I like it a lot. And I've had all the fancy ones, the ones that cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm right sizing a little bit. So it is an Amazon Basics. And this is how you choose the different amount of liquid you want in there. You have to do that every time, which is, at least that appears to be the case, which is a little annoying. And then this little button here is for a pod, and then this is for brewing. Yes, you can actually brew ground coffee. Sometimes you have visitors that like to do that. If you don't like to do that, don't put any kind of pod or filters or anything in this, because it does not work. You can read the other reviews. I'm trying to do it all for you in one because I read those. So it's got a very handy dandy little plastic max thing on there. You're just filling up the coffee to there. Do not compress the coffee. That's also very important. This little doodad here, it's got nice big, what feel to be fairly solid tabs on there. And there are little holes at the back of here. And it pops in very easily to take a shorter cup. Trust me, normally I struggle with these kind of things. So the fact I'm doing it very easily is pretty cool. This is something I want to show you too. Never occurred to me before that when you don't have the big fancy pants coffee maker, it's pretty cool. So this is 24 ounces. If you think about it, at glasses, they tell you to drink 8 ounces. So 8, 16, 24, that's 3 cups. This slide bar on the back, this is very important. So why is it important? Well, because it's really cool, because this, look, I'm holding this with one hand. This slots on very easily, she says, which means you can take it off and put filtered. There is no filter in here. It's probably too small, but honestly, then you have to pay for the filters, and those things are kind of a pain in the butt. So when you can take this off and you're only filling up 3 glasses from your refrigerator. I mean, look, guys, seriously, I've got 2 fingers on this. Like, it's super light. Obviously a bit heavier with water, but so here's the other thing, troubleshooting that I found already. Make sure this is pushed down hard. I couldn't figure out why my coffee wasn't brewing, and that was why. So all you're going to do is change this to where the water's at, and then you're either going to choose the pod or you're going to choose the brewing the ground coffee. And remember, that's this little guy here.
This is the second time trying to brew a true Keurig K-Cup. The first time, it punched the holes in the K-Cup and only water came out. And it would appear that that's what's happening again. I am using, let's see, Green Mountain K-Cups. And I was choosing pumpkin, and there's not even a smell of pumpkin. Yes, that is the coffee maker.
Ignore my mess, but this is the whole setup. Your pods, or if you like me and you like to use reusable ones, go in here. Make sure if you get one that's reusable, it has these notches, because for the pods there's like a sharp little needle in there that's made to puncture into the plastic so that they work. So you've got to make sure you're not puncturing into your reusable ones. The water fills in from up here and goes in and then filters out and into your cup. and mine's dirty, so I'm just using all of this for an example. The water comes up from here. Your reservoir is back here. It says it's a max of 24 ounces, but of course, if you go a little bit over it, it'll just fill past that line. It works very quickly. You can choose between 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14 ounces, and you could tell it either grounds or capsules. I haven't noticed any difference using grounds or capsules, but it works very quickly. I'm turning it on now just so you can get an example of how quick the brew goes through. But yeah, I think the only thing I would ever complain about is that I accidentally hit this sometimes and turn it on. So when you're not using it, it's probably a good idea to unplug it if you're like me and you have just like a whole bunch of stuff shoved on your counter. But you can hear it's going already. And this is just leftover coffee from the cup I had earlier. But yeah, it takes like 30 seconds to brew you a hot cup. So yeah, if you're...
What you gonna eat at your parents? The orange one.
As you can see, it's just leaking. I had to put this on top. It doesn't use all the water. It's the second time I've gone through. Alright. It's having a real hard time.
Great addition to the kitchen. Easy to use. Doesn't take up a lot of space, and the controls there are very simple and well organized. It didn't spill like other comments were made on the coffee maker. This one, I haven't seen a spill.